Good evening. Welcome to the Tupelo City Council meeting, October 20th, 2020. Tonight's invocation will be led by Councilman Travis Beard, and the Pledge of Allegiance would be led by Mr. Lynn Bryan. Coach Beard.
Stand, please. And bow your heads, Lord. We thank you for this day. Just come to you thanking you for our effort tonight on behalf of the city, that you would bless it and we'd be in your will and the decisions that we make. Help those that are less fortunate, guide and direct our country in the way that it be pleasing to thee. Amen.
Amen. Could you face the flag? Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now call the meeting to order, and I'll call on Vice President Buddy Palmer for confirmation or amendment to the agenda and agenda order.
Thank you, President Bryan. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to confirm the agenda and the agenda order.
Second.
I have a second by Mr. Jennings. All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to confirmation or amendment to the agenda and the agenda order.
We just did that.
Proclamations. Item 1, in the matter of proclamation for Extra Mile Day and Extra Mile Heroes. Mayor Shelton.
Thank you, President Bryan. I don't know if I need a mic or...
Mike got it.
I hope that wasn't on purpose.
Mark will try to shorten the mayor's report. If I could ask the representatives of Extra Mile America to come forward.
There's no representative.
Okay. Could I ask Mr. Don Lewis, please come forward? Mr. Lewis is representing Extra Mile America today. On behalf of the City of Tupelo, it's my honor to issue the following proclamation for Extra Mile Day. Whereas Tupelo, Mississippi is a community which acknowledges that a special vibrancy exists within the entire community when its individual citizens collectively go the extra mile in personal effort, volunteerism, and service. Whereas Tupelo, Mississippi is a community which encourages its citizens to maximize their personal contribution to the community by giving of themselves. Tupelo is a community which chooses to shine a light on and celebrate individuals and organizations within the community who go the extra mile in order to make a difference and lift up fellow members of their community. Whereas Tupelo, Mississippi acknowledges the mission of Extra Mile America to create 550 extra mile cities in America and is proud to support Extra Mile Day. Therefore, on behalf of the City of Tupelo, I do hereby proclaim November 1st, 2020 to be Extra Mile Day and urge each individual in the community to take time on this day to not only go the extra mile in his or her own life, but also acknowledge all those who are inspirational in their efforts and commitment to make their organizations, families, community, country, or world a better place. This is the 20th day of October, 2020.
Thank you, sir.
All joking aside, absolutely not a better person to receive that that I could think of. Don does a incredible job for the City of Tupelo.
We'll move to recognition, Girl Boy Scout.
No, I apologize. I've got 2 extra mile heroes to do. One, Miss Letitia Gasaway. Do you want? No, come with. Anybody coming with you? At this time, on behalf of the council, administration, and city of Tupelo, it's my honor and privilege to issue the following Extra Mile Hero Proclamation. Whereas Tupelo, Mississippi is a community which acknowledges the special vibrancy exists within the entire community when its individual citizens collectively go the extra mile in personal effort, volunteerism, and service. And whereas Tupelo is a community which encourages its citizens to maximize their personal contribution to the community by giving of themselves wholeheartedly and with total effort, commitment, and conviction to their individual ambitions, family, friends, and community. Whereas Tupelo, Mississippi is a community which chooses to shine a light on and celebrate individuals and organizations within its community who go the extra mile in order to make a difference and lift up fellow members of their community. Whereas Tupelo, Mississippi acknowledges the mission of Extra Mile America to create 550 Extra Mile cities in America and is proud to support Extra Mile Day on November 1st, 2020, where Letitia Gassaway is recognized as an Extra Mile hero. Therefore, as mayor of the city of Tupelo, I do hereby proclaim Letitia Gassaway as an Extra Mile hero in the city of Tupelo and urge each individual in the community to take time on this day to not only go the extra mile in his or her own life, but also to acknowledge all of those, such as Letitia Gassaway, who are inspirational in their efforts and commitment to make their organizations, families, community, country, and world a better place. Congratulations. Jason Martin. At this time, on behalf of the council, administration, city of Tupelo, it's my honor to issue the following Extra Mile Hero Proclamation. Whereas Tupelo, Mississippi is a community which acknowledges the special vibrancy exists within the entire community when its individual citizens collectively go the extra mile in personal effort, volunteerism, and service. And Tupelo, Mississippi is a community which encourages its citizens to maximize their personal contribution to the community by giving of themselves wholeheartedly and with total effort, commitment, and conviction to their individual ambitions, family, friends, and community. Whereas Tupelo, Mississippi acknowledges the mission of Extra Mile America to create 550 Extra Mile cities in America and is proud to support Extra Mile Day on November 1st, 2020, where Jason Martin is recognized as an Extra Mile hero. Therefore, on behalf of the city of Tupelo, I do hereby proclaim Jason Martin as an Extra Mile hero in the city of Tupelo and urge each individual in the community to take time on this day to not only go the extra mile in his or her own life, but also to acknowledge those such as Jason Martin who are inspirational in their efforts and commitment to make their organizations, family, community, country, or world a better place. Thank you, Jason.
Mr. Jam, there are some people who need seats. They don't. I guess they need to miss people standing there. They need seats in the chance area.
Okay, there's some on the front here. We'll move to recognition of Girl Boy Scouts,
There are none.
employee recognition.
Yes, we have several. Could ask Miss Ruth Fondon, please come forward. She'll deserve extra special recognition because she has to put up with me every day. So that's, and at this time, on behalf of the council, administration, and city of Tupelo, with sincere appreciation and thanks, would like to recognize Ruth Fondon with the Administration Department for 5 years of dedicated employment for the city of Tupelo. Thank you, Ruth. Robert Woods. At this time, on behalf of the council, administration, and city of Tupelo, with sincere appreciation and thanks, would like to recognize Mr. Robert Woods of the Tupelo Fire Department for 25 years of dedicated employment with the city of Tupelo. Thank you, Mr. Woods. Mr. Craig Russell. At this time, on behalf of the council, administration, and city of Tupelo, with sincere appreciation and thanks, would like to recognize Mr. William Craig Russell of the Bancorp South Arena and Conference Center for 25 years of dedicated employment with the city of Tupelo. Thank you, Mr. Russell. Chief Aguirre. Just shortly behind Mr. Johnny Timmons here. At this time, with sincere appreciation and thanks, on behalf of the city of Tupelo, would like to recognize our Chief of Police, Mr. Bart Aguirre of the Tupelo Police Department for 35 years of dedicated employment with the city of Tupelo. Thank you, Chief Gary. Thank you.
We'll move to public recognitions. Mr. Jennings.
I just want to encourage the citizens of Tupelo to continue to wear your mask and stay your distance. Trying to stay safe. We really appreciate the mayor and now the governor put back in place the statewide. So we just want everyone to be safe. Thank you.
Mr. Palmer.
I have two, Mr. President. I got a call this week from a citizen in Tupelo wanting to give a shout out to the Tupelo Police Department in the way they're handling cases. I know we've had some, this particular one had a case of fraud. Somebody had got into their account, and the way the police officer handled it, the way the police department handled it by sending somebody to the house to avoid this guy who happened to be a little bit elderly having to come down to the police station, and just stay away from COVID and any problem with that. And two officers involved were Officer Caldwell and Officer Sheffield. I want to give a shout out to those two people. Also, Alex Farned was with the Tupelo Kiwanis Club, and they're having a cleanup, help keep Tupelo beautiful on part of Graham Drive this Saturday. Just a shout out to him and the effort that the club is doing to keep Tupelo beautiful.
I would like to remind everybody that to make sure that you go out and vote on November the 3rd. I know that's not too far off, but just make sure you take time to go out and vote, and those who can, who are over a certain age, can vote early. So please make sure that you take time, because this is one of your God-given rights, and it's very important that we go and vote.
We'll move to the mayor's report.
Thank you, President Bryan. I'll try to go through as quick as I can. Several council members mentioned COVID continues and will continue, probably through next spring or summer to be a major issue in our country. I want to thank our governor for, again, including Lee County in the mask mandate. That's something we have had in the city of Tupelo since the beginning. We've had measures in place, but that's gone back and forth outside of the city limits. So glad that the governor has included the city of Tupelo in that again. You know, it's important that all of us not only wear a mask, but also that it covers our nose and our mouth, the hand washing, social distancing, those measures. That's the only protections we have from COVID as we enter cold and flu season. So need to continue to be extra mindful about that. From the last council meeting, we had a special presentation for Colonel Smitty Harris, his wife Louise, and author Sarah Berry. Here today, October 20th, 2020, is Tap Code Day, which it conflicts here with the council meeting, but Tupelo Reads, which is spearheaded by former Mayor Jack Reed and his wife Lisa, are doing that event now at the Lee County Library. So I'm sure it will be able to be watched again either on Facebook or Comcast, but proud of the efforts there to recognize Tap Code Day. Tomorrow, the Mississippi Department of Archives and History has invited the Orin Dunn Museum to speak during their History is Lunch Tupelo 150th Anniversary program. This will be tomorrow at noon. Will be broadcast on Facebook Live. We'll be able to share that, the city page, but it's broadcast through the Mississippi Department of Archives and History page. We have 4 individuals from Tupelo that will be included. Boyd Yarborough will be discussing railroads in the city of Tupelo. Carla Faulkner will be discussing Tupelo and the Civil War. Sahaya Smith will be discussing TVA, the tornado, and the hospital. And Leisha Faulkner, the curator of the museum, will be discussing the city of Tupelo's longstanding partnership with the Tupelo Public School District, the one single heartbeat philosophy, and just the interconnection there. So proud of that, and look forward to seeing that tomorrow. We had a great groundbreaking ceremony today for the grandstand. I know several officials were there, and I certainly applaud them for being there. Again, regret that I just, due to COVID and a new baby, I'm not attending events right now. But the groundbreaking ceremony was held. This will be for the grandstand, which is luxury apartments downtown, and really just a continuation of the great things that are happening in downtown. We've got the hotel, of course, Fair Park Towers, and now the grandstand that should all be completed hopefully next year at some point, if not into 2022. So lots of great things, economic development, quality of life, job creation happening right here in downtown Tupelo. This Friday, October 30th, there's a special, and I didn't put the time down here. This is, we have the time. The Great American Main Street Award Ceremony is this Friday. Next Friday. I'm excited, ahead of myself. So we'll have the time, try to push that, certainly the council members.
Mayor,
When?
11 o'clock.
11, thank you. But Tupelo is one of the 8 semifinalists for the Great American Main Street Award. That's a huge deal. So, we're proud of the All-American City designation from the National Civic League that's on our seal here in council chambers. This is the equivalent of that award through the National Main Street Association. So it's the highest honor we can get. So we're in the top 8. Fingers will be crossed there to be a winner. Finally, in conclusion, Halloween is next Saturday. We won't have a council meeting between now and then. I want to just remind everybody, COVID-19 is an issue, to be extra careful in Halloween activities. There are no City of Tupelo sponsored events. There are neighborhood events and other private churches, civic organizations, stuff like that may be having events. I did an op-ed, Lucia certainly helped me, but did an op-ed for some safety tips for that. That's in the paper today. But just kind of everyone be aware that it's not Halloween as usual. There will be, kids out and about, but to, make an extra effort to be safe this year for Halloween. With that, we conclude the mayor's report at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Shelton. We'll close the regular meeting and open up public hearings. Item 2, in the matter of demolition. Is anyone here to speak on demolition?
Mr. Ford.
Sorry about that, my mic's not working tonight.
And I'm hard of hearing.
Good evening.
State your name, address, and the property that you're
Okay. Okay.
talking
Just-
about, and you have 5 minutes.
All right. I'm James Ford. I'm an attorney. My residential address is 2299 Shady Wood, Tupelo, Mississippi. And I'm here on behalf of Miss Kinsella Smith. The property is located at 529 Robin Street. 529 Robin Street. And also with us is John Perkins. He's a local contractor. Now, in response to the petition that you filed against Ms. Smith, I would acknowledge that the property does need some work on it. I viewed it today, and I do agree that it does need some repairs, but I don't think it's in a state of repair that it's a menace to the neighborhood, the local community. I think that the property can be repaired. And Ms. Smith contacted me over the weekend, and Monday we met with Pat Faulkner regarding this property, and we told him that she wishes to bring the property up to code. And Mr. Faulkner also recommended that we contact the structural engineer. He called me this morning, and after I spoke with him this morning, I contacted Thomas Dabbs of Dabbs Engineering, and he's gonna come out to the property and do a structural report. And when we get that report, we will share it with Mr. Faulkner and anybody else concerned. And we've contracted with John Perkins. He's a local contractor, and Ms. Smith has signed a contract with him to do all of the repairs necessary, and these repairs will be done in accordance with the structural engineer's report. And so we're asking you to forbear on this and allow us to do this, and after we get the engineering report and consult with Pat Faulkner, that you all will allow us to get a building permit and go ahead with the repairs, because this house is located in a nice neighborhood, and Ms. Smith has been a lifelong resident of this neighborhood, and she doesn't want to abandon her house. She wants to have it repaired so she can live in it, and it will, represent the integrity of the neighborhood. That's a nice neighborhood over there in Robbins, and she wants to bring her house up to par, and we would ask that you forbear and allow us to get the engineering report, confer with Mr. Faulkner, and then give us a building permit, and Mr. Perkins will complete the repairs in a timely manner. Thank you.
Thank you.
You any questions?
Not at this time.
All right.
Thank you. Anyone else here to speak on demolition? Anyone else here to speak on demolition? We'll move to item 3 in the matter of lot mowing. Anyone here to speak on lot mowing? Anyone here to speak on lot mowing? We'll move to item 4 in the matter of planning committee appeal hearing. Did they show up? They didn't show up, Matt? Okay. We'll close the public agenda and move back into the regular session. Action agenda, no items. Routine agenda, item 5, in the matter of minutes, October 6, 2020.
Move we approve.
Motion by Mr. Bryan, second by Coach Beard. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 6, in the matter of bill pay.
Make a motion that we pay bills.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Jennings, second by Mr. Palmer. Tonight's bills were paid by Mr. Whittington, Mr. Palmer, Coach Beard, under the watchful eye of Tracy Dillard and Mr. Johnny Timmons. All in favor? Motion carries. Item 7, in the matter of advertising and promotional items. There are none. Item 8, in the matter of electric fund audit for FY 2020.
Make a motion we accept.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Coach Beard. Ms. Hannah?
Yes, thank you. We actually have a separate audit on the electric fund every year, and it is on the fiscal year ending 6/30 each year. We had a good, clean audit. TVA requires us to have this out by October 31st, so we will meet our deadline. If this is approved tonight, I will submit this to TVA. Like I said, it was finding free. It's the best possible audit that we could receive. And the people at the Water and Light Department, Johnny Timmons, the collection office under Carol Botts, they do a wonderful job.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 9, in the matter of surplus vehicles.
I move that we would surplus vehicle.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Coach Beard. Chief Gary.
This vehicle was seized during a undercover operations, and we had the city shop look at this vehicle, and they recommended that it be surplus. It needs to be scrapped and sent to the junkyard.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 10, in the matter of bid award 2020-031 WL.
I move we approve this bid.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Mr. Jennings. Mr. Johnny T.
Months ago, y'all approved us to purchase a Commander 2 digger truck. This is the cabin chassis that will be installed on that truck. I would award it to Cannon Motors at $51,100. Once this is approved, the truck will be shipped to South Dakota for assembly.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Timmons. Item 11, in the matter of municipal court clerk training.
Move we approve the training.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Whittington. Our municipal clerk has to do continuing education every year, and Rhonda Cole went through that training, and by state statute, we have to spread this across our minutes. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 12, in the matter of change order for Sand Creek Bank stabilization along Rankin Boulevard.
I move that we would approve the change order for Sand Creek Bank stabilization.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Mr. Bryan. Mr. Bonds.
Good evening. This was a change that was necessitated because from the time the project was initially evaluated for bid, that we had additional rain that began to undermine a part of the old parking lot that was beginning to cave into Sand Creek. So they began to shore up according to the original plan, but they noticed some additional issues that needed to be fixed there. So another $4,399.20 added, bringing the complete contract amount up to $128,703.20. And just a reminder, the biggest part of that, a little over 70%, was an NRCS grant.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 13, in the matter of planning committee minutes, October 5th, 2020.
Move that we accept the minute.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Whittington. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 14, in the matter of demolition.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bryan, second by Mr. Whittington. Any discussion?
I think that all the demolitions stay on the list, and the Mr. Ford, Ms. Smith, contractor can work with Mr. Farnham, Mr. Faulkner, staff to get it all worked out, instead of having to start the process all over again if it doesn't go through.
Further discussion?
I support what he recommends.
Mr. Ford, did you hear that? I don't think he could hear real good.
Basically, everything on the list will be approved for demolition, but it takes some time, it has to go by, and all this procedures to go through. So in that time, we're not going to tear the house down. We're going to give you an opportunity to work with Mr. Faulkner and Mr. Farnham to get it sorted out. But it takes 90 days or so to even get to this point. So if we don't approve it, then we have to start all over again. So we're just going to approve it and let y'all work it out. And if you don't get it worked out, then it gets demoed.
Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 15, in the matter of lot mowing.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Bryan, for the lot mowing list to be mowed. All in favor? Motion carries. Do I have
I make a motion that we
adjourn?
adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Jennings, second by Mr. Bryan to adjourn. All in favor? Motion carries. Good night.